Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside my good friend Randy Lee. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about today. The Auburn baseball team continues to be probably one of the more impressive teams in the country. They have made a complete turnaround from where they were about mid-season. Certainly we'll talk about that. The NCAA softball tournament the seedings are out. Auburn, good news, they make the tournament. Bad news, not what they wanted to hear. They will not be hosting a regional, and to add insult to injury, if they do win the regional, they'll have to play Oklahoma. So we'll talk about that a little bit. That's just incredibly, they got screwed. I don't even know what to say.
No, when I saw it come through, it's okay not to host, but to watch the matchups and to see that juggernaut in Oklahoma being right there if you were to happen to play. But, I'll go back to what we've been doing in baseball, though, man. If you'd have told me 4 weeks ago we'd be sitting where we are playing a couple of the teams that we've had to contend with over the last 4 weeks, I'd say, hey, no way. No way we win those series, and not a chance in the world we go over to South Carolina and win that series. And if we pull one against LSU, I'm going to be thrilled. But we did, Andy, so I guess there is hope for the softball program. And when you got Maddie Penna pitching, when she's at her best,
even when she's not at her best.
Yeah, you can stay in ball games.
Again, we'd always love to hear from you. Give us a call, 256-234-6221, or dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. Auburn goes to Ole Miss and sweeps the defending national champion in grand style. Just bludgeons Ole Miss. Now, granted, Ole Miss, dead last in the West, not a good team. However, this Auburn team, probably the hottest team in the country. Tennessee might be able to claim that as well, but the pitching was outstanding. Tommy Vale, one of the best performances of the year, as he goes 8 innings in Game 2. But the bats, 16 runs, 17 hits. Game 1, 8 runs, 13 hits. Game 2, 13 runs, 20 hits. Game 3, that was a doubleheader, by the way, on Friday. But this may be Butch Thompson's best coaching job since he's been at Auburn.
Well, I think offensively is where you've got to start the conversation here, Andy. And when I would like to know if we've ever had an SEC series where we had 50 hits on the weekend. After 2010.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe 2010 when the bats were a little bit hot, and you could go back to the Gorilla Ball days and maybe have 50 hits. But 50 hits, that's a lot of hits, Andy. So I'll kick it over to you there. That's kind of goes back, and I've made this correlation on the program with you before, which, by the way, glad to have you back. First program I've done with you back up here. They sure do go better when I'm looking over there at you, and you're helping us out here, Andy, and leading the charge. So I'll get off of that right now. But I will go back, and I'll say it's kind of like Gus Malzahn. In 2013, you could have never convinced me that Auburn was going to have problems offensively. I could have been convinced that Auburn never got over the hump defensively, and we all know where that ended up. Well, kind of the same with Butch Thompson. I would have been hard to convince 7, 8 years ago that Auburn wouldn't have one of the top pitching staffs in the country or the SEC year in and year out with Butch Thompson. But the beauty of this team, man, is he's got one of the hottest batting lineups that pretty much Auburn's ever had, and definitely during his era.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, development of these young pitchers has been a big aspect of this turnaround. But like you said, the bats have been really good all year. And you got some young guys in there, but you got a lot of veterans that have stepped up, and it's just kind of all come together at a great time. I believe I read that the last 4 trips to Oxford, Auburn was swept.
I didn't see that one.
It has been a house of horrors for Auburn to go over there. And so to go over there and be able to get this done, it just speaks to the mindset, I think, of this ball team.
I think it speaks to the mindset of the bats that are going to the plate. You know, you listen to Coach Thompson and the acclaim that he gives his hitters with their approach to these at bats, and you can maybe read off some of those quotes that he gave. But man, he's also one. I think he always gives it to you straight. I think he's a player's coach. He never, throws players under the bus. He'll be honest with you, but it's never in a condescending way toward his players, even when things aren't going well. But he's also one that can give credit where credit's due, and he has been coaching in this league a long time. And to see the way this Auburn team's approaching at-bats is really strong. And if they continue to go up to the mound and throw strikes, I think they got good enough stuff. But I think the change over the last 5 or 6 weeks has been Auburn's ability to go to the mound and put the ball over the plate and make them beat you with the bats. And for the most part, teams haven't been able to do that on a consistent basis.
That's a big part of it. No walks, no hit batsmen. Those kind of are significantly reduced in those 2 categories. We gave, and there have been seasons over the last, I don't know how long he's been here now, but at least over the last 5 or 6 years where the bats were not real hot. And Gabe Gross took a lot of abuse. Now the bats are on fire. Do you give him credit? Number one, how much difference does a hitting coach make? And I think we do have to say Gabe Gross is doing a heck of a job.
I think he's doing a tremendous job. If you ask me my thoughts on how much does a hitting coach make a difference with a team, I think at times it can be drastic. Anyone that's played the game that's just gotten a little piece of knowledge from someone that knows what they're seeing and what you're missing out on, you'll go through stretches in this crazy game of baseball where everything that comes up to the plate looks like a big old beach ball, and you're able to hit it wherever you want. And then there's other times where you couldn't get a hit in 4 or 5 games, and you don't know what exactly happened. So I think a hitting coach, and I've seen it, and I'm sure that you've seen it with teams over the years, that can just say the right thing at the right time. A lot of issues that I've always witnessed changes with hitting coaches from others is just timing at the plate. How relaxed you are to wait and sit back and let the ball get in on you and swing the bat. Some coaches do a tremendous job of teaching that timing, and maybe it took Gabe Gross a little time, man. He's newly out of major leagues when he first took over the job here at Auburn, if memory serves me correct. He'd been coaching a little bit, but he's not some 20-year vet in the SEC that has a certain way that he wants to do things and he goes out there and does it. No, that wasn't the case. So you also got to give credit where credit's due, that he's been able to learn. And he's also been able to go out there and recruit some pretty darn good hitters, especially these young bucks at Auburn.
That always helps.
Yeah.
He come in, was he one of the first hires Butch Thompson made?
It feels like it, but don't let me be the one to say that wrong.
That seems right. So I'm saying he's been here 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Auburn's got Jack State in the midweek. That's tomorrow at 6 o'clock. That's at home. And then they'll finish out the season with Missouri, a 3-game set at home. Again, I think that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Missouri, 29-20, 9-17 in the league, dead last in the East. Not a good team. Auburn, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Okay? There is a temptation because of the way the last 2 teams, Mississippi State and Ole Miss, won the national championship. Yeah. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. The question is, though, how long can Auburn ride this streak? How long can they stay as hot as they are? Because we've seen teams get hot about this time and ride it all the way to the World Series.
It feels like one of those moments right here. And in baseball, you can get hot, and you can get your mind frame in the right position and kind of here's a stat that I just looked down I wanted to throw to kind of answer and piggyback off of what you were talking about with the pitching staff. Because if you're going to the mound and you're putting the ball over the plate with good stuff, we already know if you're at Auburn and Butch Thompson recruited you, you got good stuff. So make teams beat you. Do I read this correct, that Auburn only had 4 walks on the weekend? They had 2 walks in game 1.
Sounds right to me.
They had 1 walk in game 2. And in game 3, Auburn had another 1 walk. So 5 walks in 3 games on the weekend with 10 different pitchers going to the mound.
Yep.
That's a wild stat, Andy. You keep doing that, and you throw the bats that we're able to from a power standpoint and a batting average standpoint, it's going to be a tough team to beat. Very tough team to beat.
I would agree 100%. Don't go anywhere. We're up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WF Cabinetry in Alex City has immediate openings for first and second shift production roles in addition to immediate openings for Class A CDL drivers with the ability to be at home weekly. We are ready for you to join our family and grow with us. Prior cabinet experience is always welcome. Second shift offers a flexible 10-hour, 4-day work schedule, giving you a great work-life balance right here at home. WF Cabinetry offers excellent health insurance and 401k benefits, as well as an employee purchase discount with daily production bonus opportunities. You can apply in person at 2212 Airport Boulevard in Alexander City or call 256-234-7900.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Continental Roofing is your local roofer. If you think you have roof damage, call Continental Roofing for a free inspection and let us provide all the paperwork necessary to open your insurance claim. We work very well with all insurance companies, but we work for you. Your interests come first. You have assurance that Continental will install a quality roof at a fair price. In the unlikely case that you have a warranty issue, you can have the peace of mind knowing that Continental Roofing is your local roofer.
Now at Glenn Smith and Opelika, GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to $10,000 off. GMC Acadia is up to $5,500 off. And Buick Encore GX up to $5,000 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com. Plus, no payments for 90 days at Glenn Smith Buick GMC.
Over 250 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show. We're brought to you each and every day by some great, wonderful sponsors. Russell Do-It Center, they got 9 locations around central Alabama. For all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out them today. Big Fish Real Estate, for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area, as well as down there on the coast. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. They are always looking out for your best interest. And J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, for all your construction and excavation needs. You want a fish pond? Give them a call. They'll dig you one.
Do you want a fish pond?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you'd like to eat the fish that came out of that fish pond, wouldn't you?
I would not. I would
Actually,
definitely.
that sounds like a really good idea right now at this moment. I've been running down this old keto diet. You ever done the keto?
No. I'm not a diet guy.
You have seen you go on diets.
Well,
Andy, I watched you at one time get away from sweet tea, and it took you a little while.
Now, no sugar
Yeah.
is not a diet. No sugar is I don't want diabetes.
Well, that's what keto is.
Okay.
It's no sugar.
Okay.
It's less carbs, which is just long story short.
I have not gone back to sweet tea.
I know you haven't, and you were heavy on it.
Heavy.
And you probably lost about 10 pounds getting off the sweet tea within a year. I don't know exact, but you lost some. I used to make the sweet tea. I used to try to get it to you pretty consistently back in the day when we were talking for multiple hours a day. So we've digressed. But yeah, back to that fish does sound good, but they are wide open. J.A. Smith, great business, and a lot of moving parts that are going on in Lee County and Tallapoosa County and all the surrounding areas, so plenty of business out there.
No doubt about it. As I mentioned, in the opening NCAA softball tournament, the regional brackets have been announced. Now go figure this. Auburn finishes 3rd in the SEC. They go to Alabama and beat them 2 of 3. They beat LSU 2 of 3. And yet Auburn not even amongst the top 16 national seeds. But yet Alabama, number 5, LSU number 10. I don't have – now granted, look, I get it, RPI. That apparently is a big metric for them. But come on, man. Look, why do we play the games?
Are we saying the out-of-conference schedule is that much better for the other teams in comparison to Auburn? Is that what you're just saying?
I guess that was the rationale. Also considering Auburn did play Oklahoma in the out-of-conference. But just bizarro.
It is bizarre, and I would be okay with it if probably I'd be just fine with it if Alabama doesn't end up with that 5 seed. And that's a 5 seed. Someone call in and let me know exactly how that worked out to where that team, because that's been their norm, and maybe it goes to that. But how are all these seedings? Is it a committee that are putting these seedings together? Yeah, you have a
selection committee.
Does each conference have someone on that committee? I'd like to know who the SEC's is.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Apparently it's a low IQ group.
Very, very. I'd be highly upset because this is one of our best softball teams over the last, 6 years?
And again, you don't want to you want to say Auburn doesn't get to host a regional? Fine. Don't put them in the 16 seed where if you beat Clemson, you go to Clemson and win that one, which is entirely possible. You got to play number 1 Oklahoma to get to that's trash. That is absolutely atrocious.
There'll be some good articles written by Auburn beat writers on exactly how this decision was made and who made the decision, and it reeks. It definitely does that because I was looking forward to hopefully seeing this Auburn softball team playing deep into the next month. I got used to it for about 4 years there, and I really enjoyed it. And you'd go on trips, say Memorial Day, and you'd have great softball going on with some great Auburn teams. It gave you something to kind of watch while everybody else is doing whatever they may. I'm worried that may not be the case now. You're sitting there with Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's going to be. But Auburn softball, they can't. I know. It was like I think Philip Marshall wrote an article. They were all at Jane B. Moore Field, kind of watching the selection committee on the big screen, and they went away quiet because they understand. But look, you can't look at it like that. You can't go in there and okay, you got to turn it around. If you're Auburn softball and Mickey Dean and say they give you no respect, they think you're a bunch of losers. We're going to put Maddie Pinto on the mound, one of the best pitchers in the country, the SEC Pitcher of the Year, and we're going to ride her to the World Series, and we're going to go through Oklahoma to do it. You got to have that kind of attitude, or you got no chance.
You can also flip this thing around towards Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got to be looking at this going, my gosh, what did we do wrong?
Yeah.
Because really, it's not that they back down from anyone. They've built a program where they don't do that, but you would like to have a little bit easier route than what was given to them with a top 3 ranked SEC program in Auburn this year with one of the best pitchers and the Pitcher of the Year in the conference. To play as early as they're going to have to. It's kind of it's odd on both realms, whether you're a Sooner fan or a Tiger fan.
It's an excellent way to look at it as well. So let's say Missouri, they're in Oklahoma's bracket. Auburn's in Clemson's 16. Florida is in the 9 seed. Stanford 9 seed bracket. Alabama the 5 seed. They will host. Kentucky in Northwestern's bracket. Number 12 seed. Again, LSU, the 10 seed, they'll host. Who else? Arkansas, the 11 seed, they'll host as well. Georgia, the 14 seed, and South Carolina in Florida State's bracket, the number 3 seed. So a lot of SEC representation, as always, there in the NCAA softball tournament. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. TJ Finley transfers out of Auburn, lands at Texas State. Texas State. That seems like a more appropriate setting for TJ. Maybe he will be appreciated there.
I don't see it.
You don't?
I mean, there's just – it becomes a time a lot like Joey Gatewood. You know, at a certain moment, you got to say, this ain't going to really work out. I don't care where you end up. There's got to be a better version of you somewhere out there. And I feel that way about T.J. Finley. I hate it. We all, as Auburn fans, wish him the best and wish he'd have been better while he was here, but he wasn't.
No.
So it's time to move on.
Zach Calzada ends up at Incarnate Word.
Who knows whether he could play or not? We never saw it.
Nope.
I guess, was it always injuries holding him out at Auburn?
That's what they claimed it was.
Yeah.
When he didn't win the job. Is that accurate? Is that factual? Maybe. Didn't he have surgery? Or he was supposed to?
I can't remember how all of the issues played out that caused him to never see the field.
It seemed convenient when he was throwing in the spring or in the fall and didn't win the job. And it was like, yeah, I'm shutting it down because I shoulder, just never been right. Okay.
I was wondering the same.
Hey, I'm not saying it's fact. It seemed interesting. So, Peyton Thorne comes in from Michigan State and will compete with Robbie Ashford and Holden Gardner and Hank Brown, for that matter. But Coach Freeze says it's an open competition. We know it's going to be two people.
Yeah.
You got, I think, and I've said this many times, I think Thorne is the best passer on the team before he even steps on campus. But there's no question that Robbie is a better athlete. What kind of offense do we want to run?
Well, good thing is Hugh Freeze has shown the ability to maneuver his offense around who his quarterback is. He had some offenses at Ole Miss where they had mobile quarterbacks, and then he had offenses at Ole Miss where it was a pocket passing guy that was mobile enough to maybe get out of pressure somewhat, but wasn't going to go rush the football for 600 to 800 yards, which Robbie brings to the table, but going to throw the football around for 3,700 yards on the season. He had those guys at Ole Miss. So I think Thorne's that type of guy. He's proven
Is he a Bo Wallace?
I hope he is. I hope he's
maybe without the interception.
Yeah, I mean, he had a few more interceptions last year than he did the previous year, which tells you that either the offensive line wasn't quite up to the standard it was in Michigan State's 11-2 year, or maybe a few of the lead receivers. I haven't looked that close into it. The only thing I can look into is he's a Michigan State starter. He threw for well over 6,000 yards in a 2-year span. He threw for 48 touchdowns, which is almost double. 49, which is almost double what the production's been at Auburn during the same stretch.
Including Bo Nix.
Yeah, the guy just I think he's a very good get. I think it's a great job by Hugh Freeze and the staff to go out there and bring someone in to give us a second option. And I say a second option because I'd already kind of bought into Robbie Ashford. Do I think Ashford's going to win the job over this guy? Probably not. I may be wrong. But I do know this. Robbie Ashford's an unbelievable athlete. He's an eye-opening athlete. Cody Burns moved to receiver and had a successful career moving out to receiver, but I never thought he was a dynamic superstar athlete. I watch Robbie Ashford with a football, man. He is like he is shot out of a cannon. I hope it works out for him at quarterback. I hope he gets the completion percentage up, and we know that the strength of arm's there. He's proven it to us multiple times. The accuracy is the issue, and being able to complete just the normal everyday pass that you've got to be able to make to win. But if he doesn't, this guy's a good enough athlete to move to slot, receiver, wherever you've got to go. And I don't think you can keep an athlete like this on the sideline. That's just my opinion.
I'm not sure people realize Robbie ran for 900 yards last year. Without playing the first couple of games, T.J. Finley started. And then coming in and being hurt for most of the season. Now, granted, he had 200 yards negative because the offensive line was not very good.
Yeah.
So, but like you say, dynamic. We haven't had a running quarterback like that since 14.
We haven't had a running back like that in a while. I mean, even Tank had some explosive type plays. But he never Brent Fullwooded and Bo Jackson, and he was not that type of
Never
back.
a 70-yard.
No, Robbie Ashford is. I mean, you can watch that guy out there on a 25-yard scamper where he runs the football out of bounds. You go, he's faster than everybody out there. He's more dynamic than every athlete out there. And when a guy jumps out that much to you against other great athletes in the SEC, it's kind of eye-opening. Do you agree? I think Robbie's that type of athlete.
Yes. However, I will say this, and I made this comparison several weeks ago. Nick Marshall, what he did with the read option, not everybody can do.
Agree.
It's not just about being a great athlete. He had uncanny, incredible instinct to run the read option. I've never seen that out of Robbie. Now, we haven't run it a lot, and he hasn't been taught, I don't think, a lot, but he just, can he escape when things break down? Yes. Can he run the read option? I don't know.
I think that's a big question. Because if you do get a guy that brings that to the table and you have the arm strength that Robbie's got, and he can raise the accuracy level like Nick Marshall, you know, many people don't remember. Nick Marshall's numbers in 2014 were better than 13. He completed, I think, at a 5% higher rate.
Yeah.
Auburn's offense was super in 2014. We just couldn't stop anybody. Defense was atrocious, to steal one of your favorite words right there, Andy. It was really bad. I think we got two great options. I tip my hat to Hugh Freeze. Went out there and got a really good option here to bring in and battle for the job.
You need a good backup quarterback these days.
Either one of them could be.
I hope they stick around. We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. A couple more segments in the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burke, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren present Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023. Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Here comes Sun, Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. And right now, save big when you purchase a 2023 Kia Forte for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family owned, family driven. Here comes Sun, Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. Right now, purchase a 2023 Kia K5 for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family owned, family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Only about 20 more minutes left in today's show. Let's go to the phone line.
Terry, glad to have you on the phone with us, buddy.
Guys, how y'all doing today?
We're very good.
Andy, it's good to see you, man.
It is good to be seen.
It's good to hear you too on the TV there. Guys, y'all were talking about the quarterback situation. Peyton Thorne ain't coming to Auburn to sit on the bench. I think there's 80% chance he's going to be your starter. Now, Randy, I know you're talking about Robbie Ashford there, and I know he's dynamic. You're right. He's a playmaker, and he's got the quickest feet I've ever witnessed in my life. But I don't think he's got a prayer to be the starting quarterback. I really don't.
I tend to agree with you, Terry.
Roll the backup and be done with it, because Peyton Thorne ain't coming all the way from Michigan to sit on the bench.
And I think that Thorne, with the stats and the completion percentage and all the things that he brings to the table, I tend to agree with you on that, Terry.
Yeah, and guys, I don't know if y'all know this. I know today is the 20th year that Jim Fife passed away.
Wow, did not know that. I just felt extra old with you saying that, Terry.
Yeah, well, no, I am old, so. Can you guys give me a bit on the wide receiver stuff? I know Auburn's supposed to start classes here pretty soon. I was expecting some more news over the weekend about the wide receivers, the guy out of Texas, the guy out of Colorado.
I have not heard anything significant on either of those guys. I mean, the one in North Texas was the one I thought may be the greatest chance, but I haven't heard anything yet.
That's strange, because I know classes are due to start here the next day or two of the summer semester or whatever, so however they do it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But around the 17th or 18th, I think it is. So I expected some news fairly soon, but I hadn't heard nothing, so I don't know if you guys heard anything either. So
Have not, but we'll pass it along if we do, Terry.
I'm sorry, Andy?
No, we haven't heard so far, but we'll pass along as we do.
Okay. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all take care.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate the phone call. 256-234-6221 is our phone number out there, and would love to hear from you as you were running down some of the players that are transferring, some that haven't. Andy, we'll run down those here in this segment too, but a few of the names that I see there, I was surprised they end up at Auburn to begin with, to be honest.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks, still looking for a home. That was kind of we thought was a steal from Tennessee. Not much production.
Not much production, and just, I was worried when we got to the point where a couple of our key edge rushers, namely Derek Hall, went down last year, and you had some other guys coming in, and I know that they were young, but they didn't look the part. They didn't look SEC caliber, and I hope that he ends up having a great career somewhere, because I think from a size standpoint and all the the measurables that you're looking for, that he should be a really good player, but that has not worked out so far.
He looks like a linebacker. He doesn't look like a defensive end.
No.
To me.
I wonder if he runs well enough to play
linebacker. It's a good question. I don't even know who Tabechi Okoli is. I remember the name.
I don't.
Never saw him. He's still looking for a home. Powell Gordon from Auburn High School.
Yeah.
Really good. player for Auburn High School. I had a feeling it's probably wasn't going to work out that well at Auburn.
Well, just from a size standpoint, a very odd size. He was a defensive end in high school. And he was a very productive defensive end on a very productive defensive unit at Auburn High School. But I think he was maybe 6'1", maybe 210, 215, playing defensive end for Auburn High School, which is perfectly fine. I mean, you can get away with it if you got a motor, and he did get away with it. He was super. But, you know, that size, unless you've got the frame to put 30 or 40 pounds on, is not going to parlay into, you know, a college career. I think he's going to have to play linebacker, and that's going to be a massive change from what he did so productively in high school. And to stand up from a defensive end to play linebacker at this type of level is just going to take time. And hopefully he ends up at a Jacksonville State or somewhere where he has a good career.
Jordan Ingram, still looking for a place. He transferred to Auburn and never played.
When you have these multiple transfers like T.J. Finley, there's a reason. Yeah. Like Joey Gatewood, I think he's on his 4th or 5th team.
Is he still around?
It's wild to think, but yeah, I think I remember seeing this past year where he was transferring again.
Wow. From Central Florida?
Yes. To somewhere else.
To somewhere else. Marquise Robinson. I thought this guy had a lot of potential. Went in the portal, came back, went in the portal again. After this season, still looking for a home.
If you're still looking for a home at this point in time, unless you've got so many great options out there that you just can't make your mind up, he'll end up somewhere, though.
I would think.
He just got a frame and got the size that you're looking for. You know, I don't look down at any of these and feel real bad that we're losing. The one that I got the most upset that probably left that I thought was going to be productive for Auburn, and it was Jeffrey Emba. And I know he didn't play extremely well, and his stats weren't off the chart. But when I saw him out there on the field, he looked the part.
Yeah.
Had some productive moments there at Auburn, but he ends up at Purdue. The rest of them, man. I mean, we all got caught up with a couple of plays from Landon King, who ends up at Utah. But if he just went through this spring practice and we didn't hardly hear his name, there's a reason. I think there's definitely a reason for that.
Potential versus production. We're not losing hardly any production. Maybe losing a smidge of potential. So what we brought in from the transfer portal to what we're losing,
it's a coup.
That scale is not level.
And the offensive line's just not even worth, I can't articulate the team that we were going to throw out there without a Hugh Freeze type coming in and pulling the offensive lineman that we had. What are we going to do? We're going to fill the ball club?
We got to take a break. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burke, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy taking you up to 1 o'clock. Good news, bad news situation here. Good news for John I. Broom. He has been invited to the NBA Combine. Apparently, he had a terrific couple weeks here playing in this G League invitational type thing, the G League camp. 2 games. He had 40 combined points on 16 of 25 shooting. So he has been invited to the NBA Combine. That tends to be one of those signs that he may have a great chance to get drafted and not be back at Auburn.
Did you see that coming?
No.
I didn't either. I thought he was a very good college player. I thought if he did a little trimming up, got a little bit more explosive athletically, maybe leaping ability, all of that, getting slightly better in his second year at Auburn, that he was definitely pro potential. I love the left hand. I love his ability to score the ball around the bucket, stand out, make 12, 14-foot jumpers. He's got a lot of that going for him, but I didn't see him playing up to the level that he's playing right now. I'm proud. It's great. And, it's just another reason for you to say Auburn's producing players that are moving on to the NBA at a level that we've never done under Bruce Pearl.
Big men, guards,
yep,
forwards, doesn't matter. All over the board. He does have until May 31st to withdraw from the draft. We'll see what happens. But the number 13 Auburn men's golf team begins today with hosting a regional. They will be hosting at the Auburn University Club. Auburn's like I think they're the third or fourth highest ranked team in their pool here. And the top 5 teams will move on to the national championship at Greyhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. So that actually begins today. Number 1, Vandy. Number 12, Tennessee, also in this bracket here. So sports up and down the
It's spring season, my friend. You know, you've got high school baseball here in the state of Alabama coming down to this week with state championship games going on. All kinds of spring sports, from soccer just went on this past week and had championships on the girls and the boys side. Softball's always the last one to finish up, and they'll finish up here in the next couple of weeks. So a great time if you're a sports fan here to go out and to find something of interest here in the state. Said this on Saturday. We talk a little bit more about it, but with Casey Dunn's lineage there at Auburn and how well he was and such a great player there at Auburn, and several other players that came out of Vestavia. Vestavia making their first state championship game since 2000, Andy. Wow. Since Sammy Dunn retired, Vestavia has not been back to a state championship game. During that stretch for Casey's father, Sammy, they went to 11 out of 14 state championship games. They won 9 state championships during that stretch, 7 in a row.
So you're saying he was pretty good.
From 94 to 2000. It's a wild stat to think, you know, people ask, how much does a coach mean in certain sports? How much does a manager mean in baseball? How much does a hitting coach mean in baseball? Yeah. Well, I don't think that there could be a better correlation than to go, a team under one coach went to 11 out of 14 state championships in a community that's obsessed with baseball. And when he left, it took them 23 years to make it back to a state championship game. It's a wild stat, isn't it?
That is crazy. It is a momentous day in baseball history. On this day, 1941, Joe DiMaggio begins his 56-game hitting streak.
You know, the wildest thing.
A streak that will never be broken.
It will not ever be broken, but also a crazy stat, and I would have to go, and I didn't see this here, so I didn't go back, but a crazy stat around this one is he didn't get a hit. And then following, I think he had a 30-plus game hitting streak following this. So he had one game in 85 games where he didn't get a hit. That is an amazing stat. Also 1941, Ted Williams hits .406 and finishes second or third in the MVP voting that year.
I want to say one of these years, it may have been 41, DiMaggio struck out 9 times.
For the year.
For the year.
Well, when you have a stat like that, I think he hit about 360 on the year. So Ted Williams had a 46, I think he had close to a 50-point lead in batting average that year. That's how good those two were.
Yeah.
You know, if Ted Williams, you give back, I love the Ted Williams documentary, and I've watched it several times, but if you give him back his years of service.
Prime.
His prime years of service, there would not be an offensive stat he didn't own.
I would agree.
An offensive record that he didn't own. Best hitter of all time. There's just not even a close second.
He had 500 home runs, missing essentially 3 years of his prime.
Yeah.
Crazy. On this day, 1973, California Angel, Nolan Ryan throws his first no-hitter.
First of 7?
7. And an even better stat, 12 one-hitters.
12 one-hitters. I was about to guess. I thought it was closing in on 20 total that he had one-hitters or no-hitters. Another stat, I can't see that one ever being touched.
No. You don't pitch long enough, I don't think.
Boy, the Braves, Strider right now.
Ooh. I told JJ last year, I said, when that dude pitches, I think Nolan Ryan.
Man,
he's not. I mean, he's shorter, obviously, but
he's
built.
He's built up,
and it's effortless.
My nephew's in the 7th grade, and I sent a picture over of Strider's legs. I said, Craig, my brother, I said, would you give this to him and tell him that if he doesn't find a squat rack soon, that he's missing out? That's what you think of when you see Strider. His strength, man, and how, just how built he is, and his legs makes it a little less strenuous on your arm when you're built like that.
And some of it comes from the stash.
Well, I don't care where it comes from. This guy, his stats right now are
incredible. Yeah. Eddie Arnold, Chaz Palminteri, usual suspect.
Don't know that guy.
One of the great hitters, George Brett.
Yes.
Loved him.
Almost hit 480.
3.8.
He hit 3.9.
3.9.
Yeah.
Who we got else? Ryan Leaf, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis a lot better than Ryan Leaf. So you should have came.
Desmond Howard. Heisman winner.
One of the best kick returners of all time.
MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. Talk again soon.